What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Cowboys will kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Non-native receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Here's the handoff. Out across the 30, mark down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Tries to do it himself on the draw.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. There's so much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Think about when Garrett Nussmeier goes into the quarterback room at LSU and there are giant murals of Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, Heisman winners. Jesse, that's some pressure. But, man, if he can cut down on the turnovers, he might join them.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Reese. This guy has a lot of talent. I really also just appreciate the fact that he stayed put at LSU. In an era of college football where especially quarterbacks are transferring 2, 3, 4 times, naming off those guys you just did, it would have been so easy for Nussmeier to try to find another opportunity somewhere else. He believes LSU is the best situation for him to win a national championship and get him off to the NFL.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. Touchdown LSU!
team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Wants to fire on second down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. Going to the running game. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
Nice move to keep running. Got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Clemson was able to finish off a close one in Death Valley today. They did just enough, both offensively and defensively, to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say,
wide open spaces. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
everything going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hacks close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Snap it to the back. Powers through the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Let's go. On the direct snap, it's Durham. And this offense went right back to the well, and this time the defense made sure it ran dry.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Off play action. Extending the play. It's complete. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Got the quick pass. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Nice execution by this defense. One of the strengths of this offense is 3rd down. They're really good at it. They were ready. Nice job getting the guy on the ground, forcing the 4th down.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is in the air. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Going right to work up top. He'll pull it down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception. His 3rd one of the night.
Steve, not all linebackers are just big meatheads, right, that come downhill and hit you in the mouth. What a good job of understanding. It's a passing situation. I drop back. I see it. I break on the football in zone coverage. Give me that rock.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a...
Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Here comes the option. Quick toss. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch.
It's a seam wide open. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Trying play action. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body and with the mechanics. And you could tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, I like trick plays. I just don't love dialing up the reverse on third down, though, because if the defense doesn't bite, and they're already expecting pass anyway, a lot of guys have their eyes on the QB. They're just following the football in zone coverage, and they use their speed, rally to him, make a tackle, and now set up fourth down.
Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
Man, he almost throws another one. And I tell you what, it's just been one of those days. Sometimes it's not your day, and just turning the ball over like they're a nonprofit, man, just giving it away. This offense has been reckless. It's been careless. They've got to do a better job of being smart with the football.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He leaves it with the back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, This defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Looking to pass. It's Van Buren. Caught over the middle. It's Sharp. And he'll have to check his fillings after that flick, but he did get the first down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the first down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely to want to reach his arms out there and try to catch that thing.
Making side adjustments here. To the air on first down. Stands in and takes the hit. Grabs it inside the 15. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted deep in his own end. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
How great has this linebacker been in coverage these last two games now? That's now his third interception in 2 games. He had 2 last week. First interception in this game on the opening drive. He's not only good against the run, he's not only good rushing the passer, but this guy is a monster in coverage.
Wants to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Tigers will blue it away to start the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking to buy time. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Well, they're able to get the negative play, great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
The Cowboys are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the night. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll leave it with him. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Got it set up on the outside. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry, and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. 2nd down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate, and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football here.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball with some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. It's in! Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that. But they'll take it in business at the 32. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Makes the catch, it's Thomas. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Jackson. He'll be out of bounds. He'll mark it at the 24.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Tigers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on third down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
To take advantage of that extra blocker. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the snap, it's Hill. Shakes off. Oh, it's out. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Lots of running room. And they get him on the ground. They get the turnover. They get a chunk of yards, and they are in business.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
The give to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Off the play fake. Can't connect on his first throw.
Well, nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
And the Cowboys are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. To the air, it's Flores. He'll take the deep shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
I like it. It's like laying up on a par 5. There's no time and no place for that. We don't need that, all right? Take your shots. It's third and long. I don't need to throw it 17 yards short of the stick. Nice job taking a shot.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing. Linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock. Hand it off. Let the running back do the rest.
Base 27 jump. Base 27. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the third period.
LSU 24, Oklahoma State 0.
It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. They'll try the right side. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll go with a direct snap. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love the awareness by the defense there. Third and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass, but up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run, and they did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up fourth and long.
Wants to bring it back. Slips through the line. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. To the air, it's Flores. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And this offense, man, it's just been one of those days. And they're not going to want to watch the tape, but they haven't put up a bunch of points. They're getting scored on a lot. It's one of those days you want to forget, and adding a drop to the tally is just the cherry on the sundae.
There he goes! And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the 1st down, now set up 1st and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll run play action. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Between the uprights, it's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Cincinnati overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Bearcats tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give as they work on that clock. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time.
Oh, out of space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Back to throw, it's Van Buren. Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it 1st down at the 40. Offense and an empty set. They'll start this drive going to the air. Looking deep. Working that left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jackson. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to set up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Catch in the middle, it's Berry. Turning on the Jets. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Offenses nowadays know one speed. Be aggressive. Go after it. Even if you've got a lead, you see a lot of offenses do this and take shots and keep making big plays down the field. I like it. Keep it up.
To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get